All right, hey guys, so today's your last day of learning how to calculate the area of a circle. All right, so again, grab your calculator. We're gonna just review. All right, so what do you call this? Origin, radius, this is the diameter. The perimeter is called the circumference. Okay, so what is the formula for circumference if you have the diameter? Okay, so circumference equals pi times d. Circumference for radius, 2, good, c equals 2 pi r. All right, so let's look here down for area. What if you have the known radius for area? A equals pi r squared. Okay, the last one, this one's the trickiest one. A equals pi, do you remember? Diameter divided by 2 squared. Okay? All right, so these are the 4 formulas you need to know. Okay, so today we're not going to be calculating the area because that was yesterday's video. So if you needed just a little refresher, go ahead and refer to that video. Today, we're going to be learning how to find the radius if we have the area. So we're going to be kind of working backwards today. Okay, so the formula for area we know is A equals pi r squared. And then if we have the diameter, it's A equals pi times d divided by 2 squared. Okay, so let's look at this word problem. Miss S is customizing a vinyl record for her husband. Again, these little records here, these old records, that's called vinyl. If the area of the vinyl is 172 centimeters squared, what is the radius of the record? So you see how we're working backwards. So this here, the area is 172. We want to find out what this is. Okay, so all you have to do for this part of the lesson is you just need to remember what is the formula using radius. Okay, so we're not using this one, we're focusing on this one. So let's go ahead and put that there. A equals pi r squared. And all we have to do is plug in what we know. We know the area, which is here. So let's put that in. 72. And then we know what pi is, which is 3.14. And then we don't know what radius is. So let's put that there. Okay, so what kind of problem does this look like? Okay, with a variable. You guys remember? Okay, it looks like an algebraic equation, right? Because we have the variable r. So just like what we learned, in term 1, in order to find r, you just have to isolate your variable. And in order to get rid of 3.14, you have to do the opposite of multiply. So divide both sides by 3.14. Okay, so we got rid of that. We're going to divide 172 by 3.14. So go ahead and grab your calculator, 172 divided by 3.14, and you get 54.78. Okay, so just round to like 2 of these. All right, so now we have r squared equals 54.78. Okay, we're almost done. So how do we figure out what r is? So this means r times r equals 54.78. So we need to figure out how much is just 1 r. Okay, so we got to do the opposite of square. Okay, so the opposite of square is finding the square root. Okay, so if we just find the square root of 54.78, we would find out what 1 r is. Okay, so that's where your calculator comes in. Okay, so I'm going to take 54, Okay, so I'm going to take 54.78. And I'm going to find the square root, so that's going to be this one right here, the square root, and I get 7.40. Okay, so 7.40 centimeters. All right, so if you don't have this calculator that has a square root, you can just go on your computer and type in square root calculator, and Google has it here for you, okay? So you just have to go square root, which is here, square root, and you're going to type in, what was it, 54.78, 54.78, and then press enter, and there you go. Okay? So that's all, guys. So let's try another one together. It's a little tricky, but let's just tackle it. Okay, so Miss Motes bought a tiramisu cake. The area of the face, this whole thing right here, is 215.89 inches squared. If she slices it directly on its radius, which is this, what is the length of each slice's side? So what is the length of the radius? Okay, so let's plug in with our formula. And I want you to pause it and try to see if you can do it by yourself. Okay, so I know my area is 215.89. Then I'm going to put 3.14 r squared. Okay, isolate my variable by dividing both sides by 3.14. If I use my calculator, you should have gotten 68.75 is r squared. So I'm going to grab 68. Let's use this one. Okay, 68.75, is that correct? Yeah. And then we're going to press enter. So we should get 8.29. Okay, 8.29. So each slice has a side of about 8.29. Okay, and there you go, guys. That is how we find the radius if we are given the area. Okay, so let's look here. This is what your homework's gonna look like. Your homework is gonna have numbers 1 through 10. Numbers 1 through 7 is just finding the area, which you know. And then 8, 9, and 10 is finding the radius. So this is what from our lesson today. Okay, so if you look, guys, they gave you grade 7's bigger numbers, so you just have to use your calculator correctly. And again, this here is how I want your work to be shown. Okay, so calculating area, you guys already know. For 7, 8, and 9, you notice how I put the formula properly and I show how I isolate, because for grade 8 next year, this is how you guys are going to be solving. Okay, we're not going to be working from home, right? Okay. So amazing job, you guys. This week was a little tough, but you guys tackled it. You guys were really, really on top of all your work. Please message me if you need any help or if you have any questions. All right, guys, good luck.